So in one of our previous episodes, we had what's called a happy accident. And what that means is we were drawing one thing, but we ended up creating something new. And from that, we might be able to create a new character. And that's what's cool about art. Your inspirations, your ideas can come from anywhere, no more so than when you're constantly drawing and putting some ideas down on the page. Today, we're going to bring those shapes to life and create a new character called Ogham. My name is Will Sliney, and this is We Will Draw. So if you remember, this was Ogham, and this is a really quick sketch where we just put some shapes together and found something cool. And I would call this a thumbnail sketch. And what a thumbnail sketch is when you're coming up with ideas, you just put down some simple shapes really quickly and start finding little character designs that you really like. But now we're going to take that thumbnail sketch and refine him a bit more and make him look a little cooler, okay? So, some story for Ogham. In my mind, he's based on the ancient Irish language of Ogham. And what that was a really cool way that people wrote a long time ago. And basically, on a stone, if you had a pillar in the ground like this, they would carve in little lines up and down the side of it in order to be able to communicate. And I think that's the cool thing about our character Ogham here. He's going to be made out of stone too, and the way that he'll communicate will be through these lines appearing on his face. So instead of just having a circle for his body like this, we're actually going to make the edges look a little rougher, like an ancient old rock. For his head then, I was thinking for it to be like a stone, so like that pillar that comes out of the ground. Let's make it more like a pillar sticking out of the ground. And we also have these semicircle shapes, and I like them. So let's draw one to the side, floating around like this, around the figure. And instead of having another semicircle, I think I'm going to have little rocks floating around them. That might look kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. It's really important to remember that if you draw something, you can change it. That's the thing about drawing something in a pencil. You can erase whatever you don't like. So don't be too precious about your ideas. Always be willing to find something new within your designs. And the same with the eyes. I'm not too fond of the way that his eyes are just floating in front of the face there. I think it might be cool if they were stuck onto the side of his head. So instead of having two eyes like this, why don't I have semicircles that go onto the side of the head? Yeah, I think that looks better. We'll give him some pupils again. I do like the eyebrows though, so I'm going to keep those floating eyebrows. Wow, look at this. We've turned this drawing here into this. Our simple sketch is starting to be refined and come to life in its own way. So what's missing? The Ogham, of course. So let's draw some Ogham for his mouth. And it's pretty cool how that ancient language actually kind of looks like teeth. So another nice little happy accident that we have with this character design. But we need more for Ogham. This is how he looks. We're telling a story with this character, so I wonder what his story could be. I like the idea of Ogham having a super secret power that Tig and Fia find, so maybe he's the reason that they can travel through time. So yeah, that's cool. Ogham is the secret key that allows Fia and Tig travel to all these different locations through all these different time periods. Remember, this is our story. We can go wherever we want with it. And we can imagine that they've just gone on this quest to find Ogham so that they can travel around the world and tell the stories of all the different time periods. So let's put Ogham with Fia and Tig. Fia and Tig have now discovered Ogham. We've created a new character and we're telling more of our story. The more we draw, the more story we tell. The more story we're telling, the more art we're going to need, and it's going to keep us going on this wonderful journey. So thanks for taking part, and I can't wait to see more of your drawings. And remember, keep sharing your art and upload them to rte.ie/learn.